all I see is the left mean side of it because I mostly use Reddit. I have to get off Reddit sometimes because I'm like, man, y'all posted that articles 4 times on 4 different subreddits, and it's all 4 made it to the homepage. I know it's Project 2025, baby. I know he's a registered Republican. I know. Like, why can't we make memes about him being a bad shot? Like because he's this or because he's that. Make fun of his goofy looking face and his greasy hair. Ignore the fact that he's wearing Demolition Ranch's shirt because that guy's great. He's got a fucking animal hospital shit is cool as fuck that he does. I like dogs. You do something nice for dogs. I gotta like you. Like, come on. There's so much to have fun with here in this story. It's insane that it happened. But meanwhile, you've got people, oh, better luck next time. Why'd you have to miss? You got to learn to shoot better. Or
in fairness, I'm on Reddit too, and I'm seeing like, rumor has it Trump hired the Uvalde Police Department to protect him. I'm like, all right, that's solid.
That's the other thing. Show us Shane Gillis's sister protecting Commander-in-Chief number 45. Show us you talk about now. Taylor is a little more far right than me and a little more quick to the gun sometimes when it comes to assuming that something is because of a leftist ideology. So when he said probably a DEI hire, why are there so many women on Trump's detail? I was like, first of all, that chick who like threw her arms around him was doing as good a job as anybody. And she looked athletic. Ponytail chick who's on the stadium with him in that photo. But then I saw this chunky gal who couldn't get her pistol back in her holster. You know, and yeah, this chick doing a good job. Need her all the way. Look at that chin on her. Hell, I mean, I'm not sure that person doesn't have a penis. That person's getting the job done. And then we got this lady on the left here, and it's like, man,
yeah,
I don't think that you can't do anything. She couldn't get that pistol back in her holster, and you wouldn't mind if they hadn't just shot the president, you know, or the president-elect now, whatever the correct thing to say is. Not president-elect, the Democratic nominee for president. The 45th president maybe is the best way to say it. But she should be on the goddamn team, frankly. She should be on the bench somewhere, not right here. I don't even like that she's got her gun out, pointed kind of in the direction of Trump. Of course,
didn't you have it in your head that like,
wait, isn't Trump
I
in the
always
car?
had it in my head that like Secret Service were like even higher than like military. I thought they were like the best of their military team.
How much is I'm sorry,
probably Hollywood.
We start over. How much of that is reality? You know, the Secret Service detail. Are they? When I see them on TV, they're just perfect humans in every regard. They're the biggest MMA fighter. They're outstanding shots. They're so diligent. They never, ever, ever take their eye off the ball. They're perfect in every way. I'm like, does that like coincide with reality? Is that true?
Look, they seem super dedicated to their jobs. Like you can't even, I mean, you saw right there when the shots were going off, those people put their bodies on Trump and, you know, they don't know the situation. All those people are all there as fast as they can to take a bullet for him. I'm more upset about the lady, Kimberly, whatever, who runs the entire Secret Service, who's like quoted with her DEI proposals to get the number of colored women up and to get the number of women up to 30% in the Secret Service. And it's one of those things like airline pilots and firefighters and shit, where it's like, can't we do a best of the best sort of meritocracy at the front door that's as colorblind as possible? I don't care if the president's entire detail is Arab American. If they're the best guy or Chinese, have 8 Chinese guys surrounding Donald and be like, oh, you think this is funny? Watch them run their drills. Look how nimble they are. You thought there were, you think there's only 8? There are 10 in that picture, you fool. Like blow my mind.
We've been recruiting out of Circus Delay.
There was just 2 being juggled above Trump into your eyes.
Dude, I know you guys have seen the top-down picture of the whole scene also that shows the rooftops. And like, not to say that I would be qualified as the head of the Secret Service, but if you would have shown me that picture, I'd be like, okay, there's 2 roofs. We gotta have people on both of them. And they're like, I don't know, this one's pretty slopey. I'm like, no, you mean the one roof someone could be on? Yeah, we're gonna have to cover it. You know, put sticky shoes on or something with grip, a little tacky. Get up there.
It turns out that distance was delegated to the local police force. Like at first I read that on Reddit and I was like, that sounds like horse shit. But then I read it from actual news, as reliable as that is or isn't. And that rooftop was not Secret Service. Also, the Secret Service had their gun on that guy watching him. And they pretty much watched him take a shot at the president, but they didn't I don't know how the decision making makes. Either he asked for permission to shoot and they didn't reply quickly enough, or he didn't ask. I don't know. But he was looking at the shooter through the scope at the time of the shot.
So the crowd saw the shooter 87 seconds or 88 seconds before the first shot was fired. They see him on the roof laying down with a gun, and they're yelling, he's got a gun, 87 or 88 seconds before the first shot. But 20 minutes prior, the police had encountered the ladder rifle wielding weirdo over there by those buildings. They're like, what's up, my man? Having a good day? Hey, we're having a rally over here. You should come see. You can probably get a good van. Yeah, climb up your ladder. You can. You got a scope on there? Perfect. You'll be able to see everything. If you heard this about the Kennedy assassination 50 years from 70 years removed almost now, you'd be like, that's a setup. You're telling me that they didn't, that the book deposit, I almost did a Wings of Redemption, that the book depository was off limits to Secret Service, that the local police department in Dallas, Texas during an election year was the ones who was looking after this? No way. Wait. The cops saw him with a gun, and because it was okay to have a gun on the president, they just let him go? What are you talking about?
You want to keep an eye on him at least? Like, if it's okay to open carry, cool, I guess. But this guy should have a cop on his hip the whole time.
Yeah.
Did you hear
if they'd investigated
up the ladder and he pointed the gun at him and a cop went back down? I'm not sure if that's true. Do you know?
That's what I heard too. Everybody was reporting that the cop sort of saw him doing his thing, and he pointed the gun at the cop, and the cop was like, "Oh, not me, buddy." It's like, what is going on? I always talk about how shitty cops are, and they are, but all it would have taken when they first encountered him was to do the standard cop thing. You don't need to be super cop Murphy Brown. You just got to be, hey, nice to see you today. Can I see some identification? I want to check your ID. Make sure you're old enough to hold that gun, because you're not. He's 20, right? I think he's supposed to be. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe a long gun, I think, is 18.
It might be 18. Well, in any case, I'd still.
It doesn't matter how old you are. You can't.
And where's your car at? Oh, it's parked over there on private property, full of bombs. Oh, we should probably go take a look at that car you've got full of bombs, huh? That would have been the end of it there. He had bombs in his car. And whenever you hear bombs, I do not imagine what you see on TV and the FBI, ticking time bomb. That guy had probably nothing. The way that they call anything a bomb. It could have been, firecrackers and PVC would sound about right. So it looks bad for Secret Service. They're bringing that lady before Congress to answer questions. She's saying, "I'm not going anywhere," of course. I guess the buck doesn't stop with her. But it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me that roof that's 140 yards away, 130 yards away, something like that, is just there to be climbed upon by a rifle wielding guy. I always imagined that, when you see this sort of thing in the movies, there's a movie with Clint Eastwood where he's an old Secret Service agent, and John Malkovich is trying to take the president out. John Malkovich has to kill somebody and steal their identity to get into a room, and then he has a handmade plastic pistol that goes through metal detectors with 2 bullets in it that he has been blindfolded assembling so that he can do it under the table, under his napkin during the benefit. He's donated enough money to the candidate that he knows the candidate will come over and shake his hand so that he can pull off this whole thing. No, all you got to do is climb on top of it. Looked like a rental place where you rent space to storage, like a storage rental place. And they talk about the slope roof being too sloped for them to go up on safely. That was insane. When you use that as your excuse, and we all have fucking eyes, now we're all like, oh, so you are hiding shit. You are lying right off the bat about the reasoning behind this. Who on your team can't handle that roof? Because they're fired now. Just let them know. That's on the obstacle course tomorrow. The slanted roof.
I'm surprised they said that, because, like you said, it's unbelievable on its. It wasn't very slanted at all. I don't know how to describe it in degrees, but I would feel comfortable playing tag on top of that roof. It's nothing.
Yeah.
And the shot that he missed is an incredibly easy shot.
Wait, Okay, so well, you're a better shot than me, so we might see this through a different lens. I saw it as 140 yards on a headshot, right?
If he's trying that, yeah.
I hit that 10 times out of 10 against a Post-it card or something, but I don't know, a moving head like that at 100. Also, my experience is at 100 meters, not 140 yards. That is farther.
It's awful close. It like it depends on what kind of optic he had, honestly. But if he had like I don't know if he had a bipod, but I'm telling you, that's a crazy easy shot if you're a okay shooter. It like if you've got a scope on a rifle, and you've practiced for a day, that's the shot that you make every single time. You know, it's so easy.
Because like initially what I was thinking, I'm like, oh, maybe you couldn't see him from the ground on that roof, and then
pointing
I saw
at him
of like if a child were hiding in hide and go seek and laying up on that roof, you'd have to pretend not to notice them. You have to be like, where is he? I don't know. Where is he? And it's like he's on the roof. He's very clearly on the roof.
I think earlier I made the thing too long by saying a few minutes, but I think I am right that the Secret Service watched the shooting happen through their scope. Like they were lined up on him, which is also why he died like 2 bullets in.
Yeah, thank God he didn't get to continue spraying and then be like, where is he? You know, there's so many people in that crowd. That's just terrible. That's the kind of shot that isn't a impossible pistol shot. It's like I used to set the targets up at 100 meters and like man-sized targets and hit them 9 times out of 10 with my pistol. I
feel like this is me saying swimming 1 mile is incredibly easy. This is not a difficult task. This is akin to walking 4 miles.
Well, see, normally we'd send a guy like you to get the swimming done, though, is also part of it. Like if like Iran, who it's come out now, they've just told that there's an Iranian plot to kill Donald Trump. This is all happening under that umbrella. This is the level of protection he has under an Iranian death plot. What if the Iranians had sent someone? I bet their guy is your level of swimming and shooting. You know what I mean? Like he's the guy who can get this shit done. He's got his bipod, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like this was if this was a plot from like another big nation, I don't think this is the guy we would have seen.
Well, right? That's not what I'm suggesting. What I'm saying is like this happened while the Secret Service is operating under the heightened threat arena of an Iranian death plot, and yet that's the team they brought to play. You know, like that's the protection level that they provided.
Yeah, I don't know why they're so bad. You'd think that Trump, as the de facto nominee, now the actual nominee. Oh, by the way, I want to ask you about money. If it would be like in the top 5 people protected, right? Obviously, the president is the very highest. After that, I don't know, VP, Trump, president's kids. Like this is the circle we're talking about.